Welcome back to Trusted Transitions. Mike Shook and Tracy Shook with Homestead Realty. We're back in the studio with Judy Kesser. And Judy, it was really an honor to list your home. Tracy and I enjoyed working with you. Judy's yard, for listeners, it featured these natural trees and shrubs that she worked very hard on and kept her yard looking amazing. I think it was a group called Wild Ones that you were
Yes.
part of, that where you got your education and training on all that. So it was just an amazing yard. And so we're really glad to have you here. It was quite the journey over the last few months together. I guess my first question for you would just be, how are you feeling about the process and everything now that the ink is dried on the sales documents and closing papers? How are you feeling overall about the experience?
The burden has been lifted, that's for sure. Yeah, the seamless move with Smart Moves and, the entry into Tudor Oaks was wonderful. And definitely with you and Tracy making the listing and the sale of the house it just went seamlessly. I know a lot of work was being done behind the scenes, but on your part, but for me, it just seemed effortless.
I think about that first day we met and we were sitting in your kitchen. I would imagine you had a lot of things going through your head. Can you remember back on maybe what your biggest concern was at that time, kind of with starting the process of selling? What you were most fearful of or anxiety over?
Over how to list a house, how to sell a house. I lived there for 53 years. I never sold a house before.
Yeah.
So it was all new, a new landscape for me.
And curious, how did you first hear about Tracy and I? Where did you get our names from?
I think it was a combination of talks with Jane at Tudor Oaks and with Smart Moves. And that was one of my big concerns. How do you choose a realtor? Never having chosen one before. So it was nice to know that you three entities work together. And so that made the choice easier. And it was like, yeah, I can trust this person because these other groups certainly must trust them.
Right. It's nice to get a referral from someone you trust, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what was the most surprising part of the process once we actually hit the MLS, hit the market with the listing? What surprised you the most at that point?
I think that the quickness of offers coming in and good offers. So it was kind of like, okay, this is so easy. You list the house, somebody wants it, here we go.
Yeah, we were very pleased that. Well, first of all, your home was beautiful, and it was in a beautiful location, which makes our job a lot easier when we're working with the property like that. And certainly some of the strategies that we put in place, when we timed the listing on that, when we did it, the day of the week we listed it, and I think all of that helped. We did get multiple offers, and it was wonderful that we were able to get that done. I think it was just in 2 or 3 days, right? And
yes.
that we had the accepted offer. So can you describe maybe a specific moment during the negotiations where you felt particularly glad to have a professional in your corner? As I was presenting the offers to you and so forth, was there any part of that maybe where you would have thought, if I was doing this on my own, this might be kind of hard to do? Or
it would have been overwhelming. And so I guess I put my trust in you that you knew what a good offer was and would encourage me to accept the correct one. Right. Because I don't know my way around the real estate market. Not at all.
Right. And for listeners, one of the things we as realtors try and do to help our clients, it's not always price. I mean, the best price is usually the one that wins, but we look at the quality of the buyer too, and they have to have the financing. If they're not cash, if they're financing, we need to make sure that they're working with a trusted lender, that they're pre-approved, all these things, so that the transaction makes it from the beginning to the end. Judy, what's one thing that you tell a friend who's currently on the fence about whether to list their home right now?
I think it would be that the market seems to be a good one for selling a house right now, and to choose the realtor that will help them through that process.
Right. And now that you have been handed over the keys to the new owner, what are you looking for most in your next chapter in life now that you're at Tudor Oaks?
Oh, so many things I'm looking forward to. But I guess the biggest one would be that I have, because I don't have the burden of a lot of responsibility of house and yard, I need to have a purpose and have a project in mind now, not just what'll I do every day. And I think that establishing that butterfly garden at Tudor Oaks will be a biggie. And I've gotten back on the circuit of doing my monarch presentations, so that'll be another project that I'm looking forward to. Be speaking to different groups around the city.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks so much for taking some time this morning. I do hope to see you over at Tudor Oaks. I do have some other clients I'm working with right now, so I will be over there in the next few months. And I know you're a gamer because you were telling me about that on the way over too. Maybe we can get a little Rummy Cube in or a little Othello in. I don't know if I can remember, Tracy, how to play Mexican dominoes. I know that was a big one for Judy, but maybe we can get a game or two in.
Mexican train.
Mexican train. See, I don't even know how to say the game right. Silly me. But Judy, it's been wonderful. Thanks so much for being here, and that'll wrap it up. Actually, no, it won't wrap it up. We have our next guest to close out the show coming up next. We'll have John Whalen with Cornerstone Development in the studio. So stay tuned. We will be right back.